Here you can see few modules. These are commonly available in the market. These modules are based on ENC28J60 chip. This one is the chip. Basically there are two different types of module. The one like this one, these do not have any voltage regulator in the PCB, and this one also, this also does not have any voltage regulator on the PCB. So these are powered by 3.3 volt. And another type of module that is available is like this one. This one has a small voltage regulator in it. This voltage regulator help converts 5 volt into 3.3 volt, because our Ethernet controller IC, that is ENC28J60, it needs 3.3 volt. This type of module is good for interfacing with Arduinos and AVR, but these modules are good for interfacing with our STM32. So we will use this type of board. Now let us see the pinout of this board. Here you can see the interface header. It is a 10-pin connector. The first pin is CLK, that is clock out. This pin is not required for this project. The second pin is written like NT or INT. It is the interrupt output pin from this module. We will use this pin later on. And after that there is a pin called WOL, that stands for wake on LAN. We will not use this pin in this project. And after that there are the SPI interface pins. These are SO, SI, SCK and CS. And after the SPI interface pin, this pin is the reset pin, that is used to reset the module. And after that these two pins, these are for power supply. These are labeled VCC and ground. This module also has the exactly same pinout, so you are free to use any of these two boards. Now let us see how to connect this Ethernet module to our STM32 discovery board. So here you can see the SPI 1 pins of this STM32 discovery board. Total there are 4 pins. The first pin is CS, that is chip select, which is available in PA4. Here in this pin our CS, that is chip select signal, is available, and this will get connected to the chip select pin, that is CS pin, this one CS pin of our this Ethernet controller. So this is the CS pin of our STM32 discovery board. It will get connected here, the CS pin, this one, this pin, like this. You have to connect to the CS pin, chip select pin. And after that, after the CS pin is the SCK pin, which is the serial clock pin, which is available in PA5. Here is PA5. So this will get connected to the SCK pin of our module, like this. From here it will get connected to the SCK pin, this one. 1 2 3, the third pin, 1 2 3, this third pin is SCK pin. Okay, and after that is the MISO pin, that is master in slave out, this pin, which is available at PA6 on our STM32 discovery board. Here it is available. So actually this is the input pin from STM32 side. This is the input pin, and if we look at the module, here the pin is labeled like SO, that is serial out, serial data out. It is labeled SO. So this pin is the SO pin. Serial data get output from this pin, and it will enter this pin MISO, that is master in pin. This is the SO pin, serial data output pin. Data will come serially from this pin and will go inside our microcontroller through this pin, MISO, master in slave out, this pin, which is available at PA6. And the next pin is the data output pin from our STM32 side. The data output from this STM32 is available at master out slave in pin, that is MOSI pin, which is available at PA7. So data will come out serially from this pin and it will go to the SI pin, that is serial input pin of the module. So it is 1, 2, 3, the third pin, 1, 2, 3, this third pin, it will go inside this pin. So data will come from here and it will go inside this pin. So this completes the SPI communication. All this is required to connect this module from this Ethernet controller module, which is based on ENC28J60 IC, to our STM32 microcontroller. And apart from this SPI pins, we also need few GPIO pins to connect. So here you can see there is a reset input pin in our module. This is used to reset the module. In the initialization phase we reset the module, and after that we initialize the module. So to reset the module we need to connect any GPIO pin available on our microcontroller. Any GPIO you can use, that pin will be used to reset our module. So here I have chosen this pin PA1, but you can choose any other GPIO pin for this purpose, any other GPIO pin, and this will get this reset output coming on PA1. I have chosen PA1, so reset output from the microcontroller is coming on this pin and it should be connected to the reset pin of the module here on this pin, reset pin. Okay, and also this CS pin, this is also a general purpose IO pin, that is GPIO pin. You are also free to use any other GPIO for this purpose. Only this pin you cannot change because this is the output of this SPI1 module on the microcontroller. These are fixed on this pin. You cannot change this, but you can use any other general purpose input output, PA12, 13, any other GPIO port like port C. You can use any other GPIO for these two purpose, for this reset and for this chip select. These two signal you can use any other GPIO. So this completes the connection, and after that you also have to provide this VCC and ground signal. These two are the power supply pin. This one is the VCC pin and this one is the ground pin. So this will be connected to the ground and VCC pin of the STM32 or any other this development board. So here you can see that 3.3 volt is available and here the ground pin is available. So you have to connect 3.3 from this and ground from this to the microcontroller. And here is the power indicator LED. It will glow when it will receive proper power, so you can check that this module is getting on or not. That's all for the connection. The connection is very simple, you can do it easily.